Welcome to round two with blue-black fairies. I've been tempted by these hands so many times in the past. 24 lands. See, the thing is that this format, in this hand especially, we aren't really required to hit. It used to be that the rule was that you needed to hit your third and fourth land so much that you had to ship these automatically. This hand, we have 23 outs out of 53, which is about 5/11ths. So it's close to like, especially because this untaps the catacomb. I guess if it's a tar pit on the second draw, it's a little worse. We're like 70% to get there, and with the IOK on one, think I think I'm okay. This hand ends really badly in the games we miss, but I think it's good enough in the games we hit that I keep it. Ooh, it's really good enough. Well, that sucks. Make the obligated play. Come on, 2 spell snares? Who does that to someone? Oh, how did misclicked? That's bad. That should have been a spell snare. Just click the wrong mouse button there. Well, we get maximally punished. This game, in order to get back in this game, there's going to be a lot of casting spell stutter sprites to do. That's fine. Yeah. Obviously, if I had taken the first spell snare, I could have taken the second spell snare. Oh, they drew Mana Leak for one of their cards? What are people doing these days? Yeah. I think not quite dead. This is pretty bad. I think giving them any more information is actually just horrendous at this point. I don't think I'm going to win because they hit their land. They're so close to Elspeth, and we're cut off of mana. So let's group some creatures separately. Let's get some collective brutalities in our deck. Let's see. Removal spells are definitely coming out. Let's think about which ones. All the discards good. These are all good. Liliana's great. Snapcaster's absurd. I don't really like Surgical. I want these 8 cards. I probably Liliana's not the most insane ever. Something like this. I think. Yeah, brutalities are a little excessive. I think I want some number of ways to kill Celestials. Are there any things? No. So they have Gideon, but or Gideon Jura sometimes. So I want to be able to potentially go for the Throated because that's the one without the indestructible clause on it. But at the same time, I don't want my go for the throat to get spell snared. So I think I'm just gonna leave in Fatal Push. Just a couple. It's possible I want. It's possible I want. I don't know. Trimming a Liliana just feels correct in terms of the game I'm trying to play here. It's really good against these blue-white decks, but I don't have a lot of the cards needed to help it. Oh, come on. Uh, again? On the play with this, I don't feel like I can afford it here. I think my 6 is going to be better. That's fine. I'll accept this 6. I do not want that card. And the point of this hand is just going to be to plus Liliana as quickly as possible. Well, I definitely want to fire that this turn. I will take any card that interacts with Liliana. Whoa, okay. It's actually very possible that Ancestral is the card that interacts the worst against Liliana here for me, so I think I want to take that. I can handle Negate, Remand. Yeah. Okay. I want to fetch the extra black source here. I don't think I really feel like taking the damage could matter, so I'll do it. I don't think it's a huge deal. I'm gonna fire the Liliana and just let them interact with it. I don't really care. I'm gonna have to run through their counters somehow, anyways. Yeah, sure. This way lets me draw an Inquisition or a Thoughtseize next turn and take out their other counter. They have a Celestial there. They drew an Ancestral? That's so rude. Okay, so I have a plan. Yeah, I guess this is all the same. Yeah, that's right. This Mistbind Click is trash. I'm getting rid of it as soon as possible. And we'll just go into Hellbent mode. And I assume they discarded a Verdict. Yeah, cool. So, not the greatest spot to be in, but if I draw any card, let's see, Ancestral, it does fire after the Lily Ultimate. So I know one of their cards is a Verdict. I don't know their other card. This is kind of an interesting spot. So I don't... I think racing Lily's Ultimate is the best thing to do. I still think drawing a card is the best thing to do. I'm going to use this to put my opponent back a land, so that they're less likely to be able to get to Celestial Attack before I can ult Lily. Yeah, great, sure. Get rid of that one. Seen enough. I put you down the bottom last time I saw you. So they have no Verdicts, a Celestial, and an Unknown card. Ancestral going to 2, Lily going to 6. Sure. Kind of knew that would happen eventually. I'll wait on that one, I think. I think this one's good enough lineup there that I'm okay waiting. What is the best draw I could have here? Certainly one of them. This minimizes the odds of that Ancestral actually getting somewhere. I hope they have a mana leak, which I will not pay for. Actually, literally any counterspell they play, I'm just not going to do anything about. Unless it's redirect, in which case I will probably counter my own Thoughtseize. And plus Lily. Ooh, is this Cryptic bounce? Counter target spell, return target permanent to owner's hand. That is a problem. I'll pass because I have to fight over this. I may have shorted myself on answers to Celestial. I'm used to playing decks that have some number of Ghost Quarters against that card. Cool, we faded a removal spell. Am I just getting Elspeth or Gideon? That would suck. That's almost as bad. Path, Verdict, Land? That's fine. I think Path is... Yeah, it doesn't really matter. They took the 2 card stacks, they have land. They've played their land for the turn already. So I'll keep Jace off of another minus. And I guess taking out one of their cards and their mana for next turn is possibly better than what I would be doing. So Liliana's fine here. This card's really good against my deck. It's a pretty huge problem. This game did not line up well. Yeah, as expected, Liliana was not as good as I wanted it to be, because I'm not as good at exchanging my... Like, Jund can do this thing where it preemptively exchanges a ton of cards, whereas this deck really can't. So, like, Liliana, it picks off a card a turn from both players, but you end up in a spot where you're hellbent and they'll probably have a card left over. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't care about that damage. Yeah, this feels like a matchup where I should have some maneuverability. I just didn't have the hand. Game 1, I don't know. I think that's a fine hand to keep. I'm fine playing 70% to have a great hand and whatever percent, 30% to brick off and hitting the low end of variance. This game, I just was unable to leverage anything to get ahead. It's actually really problematic that both of my Mistbinds are in the graveyard. They were really bad at the time I binned them, but they've kind of turned around to becoming the card that I need to fight these Celestials. I guess like the thing I could have done is sit on the Cryptic, but that goes pretty badly in a lot of spots. Yeah, the lands surely don't do anything. Like, if my opponent has a Rev, I'm just dead. They put 1 card or 2 cards on the bottom of their library. Holiday, I took the lands. Yeah, I gotta fire this to get it in on the Jace and finish it. Otherwise, I have no ability to come out of this game alive. The question is whether going to 1 is anything I can actually beat, because I think... Okay. I don't think there's a reason to attack with this Mutavault, because it's just going to get Ghost Quartered. Yeah, I think I've seen about enough. That is not ending well from there. Yeah, I don't think going to 5 is right. I had Lily, which is kind of a way to exploit early, but I think that for this matchup, you need Vision or you need Bitter Blossom early to leverage an advantage, and I was unable to have it, and I got out-mana'd going late.